Hi and welcome, Lisa here. Thanks for joining me for another card video here on the Whimsy Stamps YouTube channel. So today I'm sharing a quick stenciling tip to create clean and simple cards, split stenciled backgrounds. Now this is not the first time I've done these. I absolutely love doing this stenciling trick, and I think it adds such interest to your cards. So to get us started, I have a 4¼ by 5½ inch 110-pound card base laid down. I've placed the Whimsy Stamps Mermaid Scale stencil on there. I used pixie spray, but you could use purple tape to hold it in place. Now I have a 2¾ by 3½ inch piece of cardstock that I've centered on my card base over the stencil, and I've run a piece of purple tape straight across the center of my card, holding all of that down. I'm coming in with peacock feathers in the Distress Oxide ink, and I'm going to only do the top half of the card. You want to stay above the purple tape. Don't go below it. We're going to switch this stencil out for the Teardrop Splash stencil. And then we're going to bring that white cardstock piece back in with the purple tape, and we're going to line that back up and go ahead and we're going to ink up the bottom half of the card, and we're going to use the Mermaid Lagoon Distress Oxide for that. This is such a simple technique to do, but it, like I said, adds a lot of interest to your cards. Next up, I'm going to show you how you can use one stencil to do this. So I have the giraffe stencil here. Again, I'm placing that rectangle back down. Now, some of you have masking stencils, use those, or just use scrap paper like I did. But if you use scrap paper, you might want to change it out if you're going from blue to yellow, so you don't end up with green. But I was okay with it. It didn't turn green on me. I used scattered straw Distress Oxide on the top, and on the bottom, I'm using Distress Oxide gathered twigs. All right, so now that we have the backgrounds done, we're going to go ahead and color up our images. So I've stamped this cute little mermaid and this cute little giraffe. The mermaid is from the Mermaid Escape stamp set, and the giraffe is from the Giraffe Smile stamp set. I've stamped them onto 80-pound smooth cardstock with Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and I'm going to go ahead and color those up. Now, simple coloring here. I will have a color guide for you. If you're on the blog, it'll be listed below. If you're on YouTube, hop over to the Whimsy Stamps blog, and you'll be able to find that color guide in the blog post for this video. So I'm used E30, E31, and E33 on her skin. For her tail, B02, BG13, and YG21, and I just blended those out together. For her little top, I used BG13. There's really not much there to color, so it's pretty simple. For her hair, I decided to use E31, E33, E35, and E37. I also added a little bit of Y21 into that. Now, while I was coloring her hair, I decided to create this wavy look because if she's in the water, her hair is not going to be straight. It needs to have like that flowing look to it. So I played around with it a little bit. I was pretty happy with the way that her hair turned out. Coloring hair is not my strong suit, but like I said, I was happy with the way it looks. So I moved on. So for the giraffe, he is so easy to color. I just used Y21 for his entire body and his little head, except for the nose area. And then I came in with E33 and E31 for that. Now for the spots, I did E33, and then along the outer edges of his body in the spots, I did E37. And then for his antlers and his feet, I did E33 and E31. I went ahead and I ran those through the die cut machine also with those coordinating dies. So let's go ahead and assemble the cards. Now I'm using a piece of gold foil cardstock to add a little bit of interest to the centers there. You could use any cardstock you have, or you could just leave it white if you wanted to. I've just cut the cardstock to fit in that little section. I'm using liquid adhesive and a T ruler to make sure that they stay straight. Nothing complicated. I just trimmed my little piece of gold foil cardstock to like 1/8 of an inch, but you can make it as wide as you wanted to. That's completely up to you. I have filled in the whole area before and it looks really good that way too. Okay, so our die cut images, I'm just using round foam adhesives to add those to the center of the cards, and you can see how cute that turned out. Again, some tiny little round foam adhesives, and I'm going to cut this scrap here and use it on the back of him because, well, it's foam adhesive, so we might as well use it, right? So I feel like if we can use every last bit of that foam adhesive, we're doing good. So I'm going to go ahead and center him up on the on this card. And I stamped the sentiments for these. Now, for the little giraffe sentiment, tall, dork, and handsome, that is so cute, I used the Gathered Twigs ink, and it did great. Now, for the mermaid, I actually ended up using my VersaFine Clair ink in the color Warm Breeze and stamped that. And then I just used little foam adhesive strips that you see here to add these to the cards. These little 1/8 of an inch foam adhesive strips are amazing. They make life so much easier when you're adding tiny little sentiment strips or things like that. They're great for shaker cards, so many things. So there's our cards all finished up for us. So simple. And I just love the way this one turned out. That little mermaid to me just turned out so cute. So I really do appreciate you joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're new to the Whimsy Stamps YouTube channel, if you want to click that subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified of new content to the channel, that would be great. We have some really exciting things coming to the Whimsy YouTube channel. You don't want to miss out on that. So always feel free to share these videos with your crafty friends. Now, for more information on the products used, head over to the Whimsy Stamps website, and I hope you have an amazing day.